Right, shalom, shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Waharakah Kodash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and honors to you brothers out there in the highways and the byways teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. and this is the book of Exodus 22 and 18. It says, "Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live." All right, so the law of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai was strict against all forms of witchcraft and wizardry. And there wasn't no good witch either. There weren't no good wizard, right? And there weren't no good witch, you know. It's black and white. If you're working witchcraft, that's evil. It ain't no black magic, white magic, blue. That's all within the realms of evil. All right. One of the ways they try and seduce people into witchcraft. Oh no. There's good witches. You could do white magic. You know? You could do good. No. That distinction doesn't exist in the scriptures. Alright? Alright, this is the next law. Deuteronomy 18 and 10. It says, "There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, right? Or a wizard or necromancer. For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord." All that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord. There ain't no good necromancer versus the bad necromancer, you know? And because of these abominations, the Lord thy God doth drive them out from before thee. You know, these are the things that the other nations, beginning with the Canaanites, were involved in. And guess what? Esau, Edom is heavily involved in these things. Heavily involved in these things. And you got our people, of course, that has joined in with that. Witchcraft under its various forms. Obeah and Santa Maria, and you name it. All right. Juju, voodoo, whatever you want to call it, man. The Wiccan, all right. They're all different forms of witchcraft. And rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. Because really, when you really break it down, what is witchcraft? You trying to establish your own will to go around the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. That's what witchcraft is. You trying to establish your own will through the use of sciences. That's why, that's the whole purpose behind witchcraft, to establish your own will. And that's why Esau is the ultimate witch, because what's he trying to do? He's trying to establish this new world order. He's trying to establish a blessing unto himself, despite the fact that he knows that the blessing belongs to Jacob. He thinks he can use the sciences, right? The various forms of witchcraft that he has at his disposal to manifest his own will. It don't work like that. Ultimately, the only entity whose will is perfectly manifested in earth and in heaven is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, point blank period. And going against the thing, witchcraft, is ultimately foolishness, and you're going to fall by it. All right? But Esau's done a good job, especially with the youth, the newer generations, to desensitize people to evil, to desensitize them to, Halloween does that too, to desensitize people to witches and wizardry. All right, through popular media. All right, Harry Potter. Harry Potter's a good witch. So Voldemort is a bad witch or a bad wizard, right? And but what's his name? Dumbledore, Batidor. I call him Batidor because he's a Batiman. Batidor, Sodom door, yeah, the back door. He's a good witch. He represents good. Harry Potter and his friend them represent good. Voldemort and the Death Eaters represent evil. They use the dark arts. No, That distinction doesn't exist in the scriptures. What they're doing is causing confusion. So now the children believe, oh yeah, there's good witches. All right. Same thing with Lord of the Rings. You got good wizards. Yeah. Gandalf. All right. And there's more examples. Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Sabrina the Teenage Witch. All right. And you see how dark that ended up with the new version. And there's plenty of examples. I'll probably find some where they've got wit nowadays. Whenever they make supernatural programs and man are going against demons and going against Satan, they don't. It used to be that it will be like a priest that's fighting against Satan or a priest that's fighting against demons. Now they got demons fighting against other demons. Now they got Lucifer. They got the program Lucifer. Lucifer's fighting against other demons. You know, so they're blurring the lines. The protagonist is a demon. The protagonist is a witch. It's a witch fighting the good fight. How? That's confusion, right? Isaiah 29:16 says, "Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding?" Right? The Lord has set everything up, and a lot of things are black and white. And these men are trying to turn it around and redefine things and confuse up the thing. There's good and then there's evil. You can't turn evil into good and good into evil. It doesn't work like that. But that's what they're trying to do, especially when it comes to the children. You got this latest thing called Wicked, which it's nothing new. It was a theater play, and again, it's about a good witch. You know, there's good witches. Even in the what's it called? Wizard of Oz, you got a good witch. This whole idea has been pushed upon the minds of the people, all right? And these people, well, you got this main bald-headed black woman who is queer, and she's British. A lot of the black actors and actresses in Hollywood are British Nigerian. You know, like Idris Elba, the Don they had playing Snowfall. He's another Idris, I believe. This demon, right? And you can see they got demons on them, man. They just act weird and look weird. Like, I ain't ever seen nobody walking up and down London looking like this. How's she from London? I don't know. She just go Hollywood and just get bugged out, get turned out and bugged out. But listen to her. It's a black woman who is queer, who shows up in like this way. Absolutely. There's something that I have that many other alphabets don't have. They don't know what it is like to walk through the world like this. I do. Yeah. And so that immediately makes me completely different. And the way he shot it, the way, like, the space that he gave me to do it is fucking... Yeah, whatever. Right, so they got her playing one of the witches. Ariana Grande. My girlfriend, she took her two little girls last night, 5 and 7 years old, and it's all bare lesbianism, and it's disgusting, man. And this is all. Of course, you have to also know that there is a aspect of witchcraft which involves sexual perversion, and perverse sex acts like lesbianism, homo, you know, whatever, pedo, bestiality, you know, you see all this menstrual blood, sodomism, all these things play their part in sexual rituals, man. Aleister Crowley, sex magic, right? In creating talismans and all sorts. So all of this stuff, like the porn industry and all this stuff, this is all linked. It's all linked, right? LGB, you know, like, it's all linked. It all goes hand in hand, all right? My girlfriend, she took her two little girls last night, 5 and 7 years old, and I've written down what they said. Okay. At the end of it, they said, you have to be good and you have to be kind to everybody. Whoa. And she is a good witch. Yeah. What the hell is wrong with these people? That's man? Beautiful.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beau if she is a good witch, if kids can feel that, then yeah.
And that's who they want. They want the children. But that's why Yahweh Shai said, suffer not the children to come unto me. Who they want is the children. Because you see, when it comes to thinking traditionally, adults will think more traditionally than children, because children are like open, they're open to receive information. They don't have a worldview that's already established and compounded into their brain. Yeah, so someone like my grandmother now, you can't come to my grandmother with no good witch talk. Listen, growing up in my house, yo, man couldn't come to the yard talking about no Halloween. Man couldn't be talking about no trick or treat. That's a fail instantly. You ain't getting away with that, because my grandmother and them lot there and the way they were raised, them man don't want to hear about no zombie business. They don't want to hear about no horror show. They don't want to hear about no witch and all them thing there. There ain't no good witch. Them thing they can't run. Trust me. There's not even no point having that conversation, because there's no conversation you can have to twist them around from their point of view on that. But you say it's my generation now. You see them start getting to us with what? Media. And that's why they were trying to stop you from watching certain things. Because when you're watching Sabrina and watching all these different things, it's desensitizing you. And then now you're having children, and then your children are even more getting attacked by Hollywood and all these things. And so their mindset and their mind frame towards things, it's easier now to get them on board with things that their great grandparents, man, could never come talking about that, none of that business. And I've seen it. I've seen how there's a massive gulf between my grandmother's generation. Cause my grandmother and all them lot, they're up in age. They're like 80s. That generation of West Indians that are completely different in their viewpoints than like you people who are like 15, 28, 25 years old now. And the main difference is because of the outward. There's been a attack on the children through media that has diverged them from what traditionally was being passed down. Because trust me, nowadays in London, you see these Negroes out here running around going to Halloween party. Now, I don't do that because, first of all, I'm in the truth. But even if I wasn't in the truth, I was already stubborn because I was raised a certain way. I was raised around my uncles and them man don't deal with Halloween. You can't. So I learned that. To me, Halloween was all. I grew up in Montserrat as well, so we never had no thing of trick or treating, and that's something the English people do when I came over here, and it wasn't even really that big in England. It's big now. Halloween was not no big thing in England. Now it's like how it is in America, but that's through the media and through the corporations, and they get to the children, and so they socially engineer and destroy a whole generation. So that's why she here crying, because they know the purpose of this movie is not really for adults. The purpose of this movie, right, which is why they're gonna make sure that it's a U or whatever, so that everyone can go see it. The purpose of this movie is to get into the minds of children, to make them think exactly what was said just now. Let's play that again.
I'm 7 years old, and I've written down what they said.
A 7-year-old, you see? Well, a 7-year-old should be taught that everything wicked and evil is exactly that. But now this 7-year-old is confused.
Yeah, they said you have to be good and you have to be kind to everybody. Whoa. And she is a good witch.
She is a good witch. So that's now the viewpoint of that 7-year-old. And then now that leaves the door open to be seduced and brought into the way of witchcraft. You understand? But that's this world. This world is joined in with all this wickedness, man. It's crazy. This 2 Corinthians 6:17, it says this: wherefore come out from among them and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. So you gotta come out of this world, man. You gotta disconnect, because this world, if you plug into this world, it's just gonna corrupt you. It's just gonna try and force feed all manner of abominations into your brain and into your children's brain, and that's all they do every day. That's the purpose of all this BS. These streamers and the media, it ultimately is there to corrupt the minds of the people, especially the children, because the children are more corruptible than people that are already hardened in their way. It's much easier to corrupt a 7-year-old than it is to corrupt an 8-year-old. You know, even the scripture says you can't put new wine in old bottles, man. Old people are stubborn. They're traditional. All right. The youth, you could get to them. That MTV. That's what MTV was used for, to get to the youth. Yeah, so there's so many programs they've made on witches, and they're the protagonists. You got Buffy, you got Bewitched, WandaVision, Secret Circus, Charmed. Charmed was a popular one. Charmed, the originals, Grimm, that's one. This is a lot, man. The list goes on, right? But probably the one of the biggest one was Sabrina the Teenage Witch. All right, now I remember my grandmother never used to want me to watch that, and I understand now, because this was nothing more than a way of introducing the youth into witchcraft and make it's an entry level, make it seem palatable and nice. Oh, why not? Yeah, man, we got to get the hell out of this place, man. So yeah, witchcraft according to the scriptures is a no, man. There's no good witchcraft. There's no good witch. Shalom.